So, hello, hello, hello. I am Dory Jo Stoll here with Prairie Scraps, and today we are going to do a quick and easy patriotic. Actually, I can hardly stand it. I'm so excited. Patriotic craft. If you don't have time for crafting, this is for you. Even if you're a busy mom, busy grandma, whatever. Um, my kids are out, so I thought I'd play. So that's why I'm here twice in a row. Downtown, but others did. Yeah, see, we like when I try to take I'm looking, there's like a hair up. It's Saturday morning, Mother's Day weekend. I did try to take pictures, like when I was trying to take the pictures into the light, it was kind of muted. And then when I turned a little bit so that the light wasn't there, the even off the edge of my roof line or whatever. Actually, my son was like, if you focus the camera on something down below, like the horizon, like the town or whatever, then it took better pictures. And so I started with that. And then I realized, oh, my flash is on. So I turned the flash off. And that actually made it much better. So we are here Saturday morning, Mother's Day tomorrow. Ooh, I found it. I was kind of I don't know what I'm going to do entirely, but I want it to be a nice, quick, easy project. I don't know about you guys, but life is busy. I have all 5 of my kids today coming to visit. So I'm excited about that. That's pretty exciting. So we are going, I can hardly stand it. I love these. These are so cool. The Couture Boutique beaded stars. There's 2 sizes. You can buy them. Oh my gosh, aren't they cute? They have this like little bead detail and so easy peasy to use. So I just got them in and I can't wait to try them out. I want to make something, I don't know about you guys, but I love the patriotic. Do you guys like patriotic decorations? Hey, Yolanda, good morning. I am in love with patriotic decor. Might be a little bit because in our town we have like a 3-day celebration for 4th of July. I love the red, white, and blue. I'm very patriotic that way. So I love me a patriotic craft. So we're going to start with this little one, kind of get this one going. Oh, I'm kind of surprised. I thought this was because it's a boutique surface. It is wood on the other side, like a so it comes out the back, the little surface, which is cool because nobody likes to try to do the surface without getting the frame. If you've watched me at all, I'm a messy crafter, and quick and easy is the best. If I don't have to pre-make, if you didn't like this, you could just lay it down and spray paint in a different color. If you didn't like the white color, I really like the white color. You could also use some of gold, like gilding wax on it and highlight some areas. But this is our boutique. It's a reusable surface. But the back side is more of like the particle board that's in there. You could definitely paint the back of this. I don't know what's on there. You could paint the back of it, that particle board part, and make it blackboard or whatever you want. This side where you can paint, and if you don't like it next year, you can change it. Or a great idea would be to change it for Christmas. So stay tuned. I might do the back for Christmas. I often do all my star shapes with 4th of July on one side, and I do patriotic on the other. So I think I'm going to just start out. This is I think it's Patriotic Patterns. It's called. I was thinking it was called Stars and Stripes. And so it's got 4 different patterns on it. You can see stripes and stars on, and the clean ones. And then this side is the clean side right over here. And then these are grungy. So I'm going to go with grungy. That was a big decision. So that's as hard as it's going to get today, is deciding which one to do. And I'm going to leave the backgrounds white because, you know, there's red, white, and blue, which means that when I use my paste, all I have to have is blue and red. I don't have to have the white. But you could paint it solid if you wanted. Like I said, you could totally change this out. So these patterns, I have found that they go into one of my bigger binders better. Finger binders better. Say that 50 times. My neighbor is fixing trucks again, I guess. You can use it. If it's better if I just cut on the score line with the backing. I've tried to like cut usually like for multiple pieces, I go ahead and cut just the transfer, not the backing. But in this case, I want to put this into my binder with all the other patterns I have, because then I can just be like, okay, these are the background patterns that I have, and this is what I'm going to use. So we're just going to go ahead and cut them apart like this so that I have 4 different pieces, and it'll fit into a binder that way. Fit into a binder better that way. So, and it's easier to work with. I love that we have started having this size in more like 4 patterns, and they're repeatable. So all you have to do is put them together. My hair is sticking in everything today. So I think I'm going to do this small one in the grungy stars. So here's the grungy stars. You can see it's kind of subtle. It's not hugely grungy. And of course, stars are the blue and white, right? So we're going to use blue. I'm going to use a blue that I'm almost out of, and I'm going to be super sad about being out of it. So let's see how this goes. Now, this is going to be majority white. So I want to try to get this, because the stars are smaller. You could use a different one of our patterns, maybe to get a little bit better stars. I was trying to, what was that? Oh, did I take that one out? Yes, I did. This one would be the other way, where the stars would be white, but it wouldn't totally cover it. So you'd have to really repeat it, but I don't know. You could also just randomly, you guys saw me do that patriotic flower. Hello. Yeah, I love Americana, Rhonda. And so if it's easy, better. It's even better, right? All right, so I am going to use Shimmer Moonlight. I'm not even sure it's still in. This is, I want to say it is. A lot of people are using Cadet for their blues for the 4th of July this year. This one, the new retro with the color of the month, would also be a really great choice. And the one I usually use, I think, is this one, either Lakeshore or, well, what else do I got here? What do we got here? I've got all kinds of stuff. Oh, that's Tide. I don't think I want that. I don't know why I got so much out. I guess Cadet or Colonial Blue. That's the color that I've often used. So we're going to go ahead and just use this Shimmer Moonlight. It's just more of a deeper, it's got a little bit of gold in it. It's just going to give a little, give a little extra. So I left this right on the backing, and because this is a reusable surface, I'm not too worried about sticking too hard. If it was a wood surface, I would definitely fuzz it before I started. We want to fuzz to get our surface or transfer just a little bit so it doesn't stick too hard. I'm gonna mix this up. I don't know what's going on here, but I think I added some water the last time I used it. If your paste is getting somewhat dry, you can add distilled water to it. I just spritz it in there. And especially like if it looks like it's going to get more dry while you have it shut, just go ahead and put some distilled water in there before you shut it up for the use. Because, once you get down there, it has more air. Like mine has more air right now than it has paste. So I want to mix it in. So anyway, busy life. The kids are off. So I'm going to play. That's my plan this morning. I thought I'd play. And of course, I'm busy mom. Everything's going on. There's so many things in the garden, so many weeds. It's finally nice out, beautiful out. My kids are coming this afternoon, so I could really stand to, get some things ready for that. But they're coming to celebrate Mother's Day, and I'm trying not to be too busy getting ready for that. It's sort of like kids' homework, right? Like moms end up doing it. It's more of a job for mom than it is for the kids. Let's just put it that way. Not that moms do the homework, but you know what I mean. You could do these in gold too. That would be really pretty. But if you saw my patriotic flower, just put flower down below if you want to see that video. I can shoot you the link to it. But if you saw that, I tried to do stars on it randomly, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of pressure. It felt weird trying to do something random. I'm not a very random person. I like things to be kind of orderly and rules to be followed, that kind of thing. So anyway, we're just gonna see how this turns out, and it should be quick and easy. One coat here, nothing extra. Maybe I don't think, unless I decide to do a little extra. I had thought about using some of those, but I didn't realize the surface was so small on this. It's just kind of a little cute little surface. You could do just about anything on it, and know that you can change it out for Christmas. Putting gold wax on it, gold gilding wax, would be beautiful on the frame, on that bead. Oh, I love it. I was thinking they're kind of far apart, right? But I kind of love it. Just enough. Isn't that cute? Love, love, love. All right, so I'm going to set that aside so it'll dry before we put it in. It is a lot of white, I'm not going to lie. So if you wanted to change the frame color, you definitely could do that. And so it's not so white. All right, so this, just wash it in water. It's totally safe. You kids could look at it if you want to, or your grandkids. All right, get these out of here. Boy, I need to put some paste away. I do one little craft last night, and it turned out kind of bigger than I thought. Doing those bookmarks, that was so much fun. It's a fun way to just do a little craft for people that are special in your life. So Mother's Day is coming. Lots of fun. Crafting is such a good therapy time. It changes your endorphins and things when you're doing crafting. So I highly suggest. This is, I'll tell you the size of this. It is 11 1/4 inches. That's the size of this bigger star. 11 1/4 inches. That's the biggest part, right? That's a nice square piece of cardboard. This one was, I didn't tell you the size. It was 7 1/4. So you know. That's around the outside. That's not your surface on the inside. All right. So we'll take this out. Comes out just like a picture frame. Isn't that nice? Just pop it right out. No worries about getting the... Also, if you wanted to paint that outside, you can do that without... spray painting your surface. I've done that too. Tried to do this I've tried to paint a frame, and then I always nick the surface because I never want to do... I'm always resistant to taping. I'm not a taper. You should tape. Do as I say, not what I do. Okay. I'm gonna move it. I want the grunge to show, I think. So I want to put it so that the stripes are going sideways. So when I stand it on 2 legs, it will show up. Oops. It doesn't go all the way to the edge. I might have to repeat the pattern. It's not quite a fit. There we go. It doesn't look so obvious that it doesn't go. Let's... Suddenly getting sweaty. It's warm outside. I'm in a toaster. Oven. Okay. Moving it up a little. Got it almost so that it goes to the edge. I'm going to have to repeat just a teeny tiny bit. I'm going to actually move it over here. I want it to look natural on the top and the bottom parts and have as little, oh, that looks good. Okay, I got it. And you could go any which way for direction. Okay, now we need to find a red color of some sort. I don't know why I got hot all of a sudden. Hot, hot, hot. Get rid of some blues while I'm here. Red is this one. Nope, the orange side is out. Let's look at that. Oh, it's like gonna use that, but it's more of like a coral. One of the new colors, watermelon. It kind of looks more. It would be pretty too, but I want a deeper red. Deeper red. Okay. This is candy apple. This is Napa. Napa is kind of a good go-to. I wonder if my shimmer crimson, because since I've got shimmer on the blue, I don't know if it's going to be wet enough to use. We'll see. Pretty much no. That's a no-go. And I one time accidentally opened up, there's also cherry, which is a beautiful color. I might go, I think candy apple is going to be too light. Here's another crimson. Shimmer. Yep, same situation. At one point, I got too many opened up. And then, of course, okay, so what did they decide on? I think I'm trying to match it up with the, I think I'm going to just do Napa. Shimmer crimson would have been nice. Okay. We've got the grungy stripes. Grungy or country or whatever you want to call it. These are squeegee. Got little pieces stuck on there, so I don't want those on my surface. Okay, here we go. Ready or not. And this is a reusable surface, so if you don't like how it turns out, it's okay. You can do it again another time. This is easy peasy, like just use the patterns. And think about all the places you could use the stripes. So many places. I'm not going to get out there on the tip. I want to repeat a pattern. I need to repeat the white part, actually, I think. Is that, oh, yeah. No, I won't have to repeat it. It works. It works. It works. I just had to shimmy it down a little bit and make it look more natural on the top to make it, I think it's going to work. I don't know. These things don't always, it's okay if it doesn't line up. We can always, it's a repeating pattern, so you can just line it up on the end if you need to and redo it. So I'm going to take off any extra, put it back into the jar and work quickly because you don't want it to dry because then it does kind of come off. Although it is a grungy look. So we'll see. I'm liking this deep color here. You do so many things. Also, these line up, these stars line up with our 1776 star patterns, which is an older transfer, but you know, if you've got it, use it. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. Hey, Penny, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining in. We're just making a quick, easy project while the kids are out. They are getting their pigs weighed in, and they were there a little before that. Their pig weigh-in is from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. They were there a little before it started. Okay, so this is just going to get washed in water. Easy peasy. And same with my squeegees. I'll just wash those too. Those are reusable. And put that away. So they were in a long line. They were about 4 or 5 blocks away with their pigs in the truck. They went to, my husband is like, I don't know, decided he didn't want to hook up a trailer and take a trailer with for the 2 pigs. And since we got them, they were about 50 pounds. So we'll see what they're like today. They're weighing them in for pre-fair, and then they're going to put the tags on the ears for them. They got tagged when they left the breeder as well. So I have double tags. Ours will have 2 earrings. But anyway, oh, that did work out. Remember how the green line didn't go all the way out to the tip? That doesn't make a difference because that is the white part. Isn't that pretty? I think it's gorgeous. That is it. Okay, easy peasy. Now I'm going to let that one dry. I think, oops, this one's a little bit wet yet. So we're going to do a little drying here. So anyway, pig weigh in. They put in the ear tags for the fair on the pigs so that they know which is which and get them registered in for the fair. And then in August, they'll bring them back and reweigh them again. But I'm thinking these pigs look double the size than when we got them just like 3 weeks ago. They're huge already. So Dave thought he could pick up these pigs and put them on the back of the truck. And he couldn't pick them up. So they ended up, my son Levi is home from school. He was just going to help them load the pigs and then come home and hang out with me. But he ended up going with them because my husband could not pick them up. Only Levi could. So hopefully nobody gets hurt. The pigs don't get hurt. Because I'm like, don't drop them because you'll break a leg if they drop from the truck length. My husband's like, I'm going to make a ramp for them to just walk down. I'm like, oh my gosh, how are you doing that? But anyway, long line. He has some time to think about how he's going to get these pigs out, I think. And then put back in. That's going to be probably worse. Once they go through a weigh station, they're going to be annoyed. At the fair, it's kind of nice. We just unload them and they go through this. They walk through the scale and then they're tunneled right into their cages. So we'll put this back in. I'm going to show you how easy peasy this is. Look at that. Dropped right in. And like I said, I don't know. What color would you do the frame? I think it's a lot of white, if you ask me. A lot of white. What color would you paint the frame? I'd be inclined to try to do the frame with the gold wax, but I only have silver. Oh, I have gold. We're going to try some gilding wax maybe. I haven't done very much of that. And then we're going to drop this in there. Easy peasy. And again, if you don't like it, and the cool thing about using gold, I think, is that then at Christmas, I can do something in there that will be gold and change it out. I don't have to like pack it away at Christmas. I like to do patriotic decorations starting around now because at the end of we have Memorial Day weekend. All right. Isn't that pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, let's see what the gilding wax can do. Now that I got that back in, I can take it out. We'll see. I'll start with the little one maybe. Give you an idea. So that could be just like you want it, or you could go ahead and use antique wax on it as well if you didn't have gilding wax. But we are gonna, I thought I had a brush here that I was using just there. I found it. I have a brush I've been just using for, I don't know how. Gilding wax. It is a wax, so it's kind of like a greasy substance that you put on. You just want to lightly, I used cloth at first, the first time. I don't know that I've even read what it says. Warning. Instructions. Stir before you use. Prep unpainted surface with white lightning or allow Dixie paint to dry completely. Spread a small amount of gilding wax completely with your finger, cloth, sponge, or a brush and let the gilding wax dry for 4 hours and then lightly buff after 12 hours to produce a beautiful gilded finish. So there's the directions. We're going to try it. I'm not sure I've ever mixed it. This might be messy. It's so thick. It's just such a little, it's such a little jar, isn't it? But it goes a long, long way. Now I kind of, I didn't think this through very well. I should have used the brush to get it off. It is kind of a smelly product. I'm not going to lie. And I know that it's permanent. Oh, well, now I have my paintbrush like marked because I used the end of my paintbrush. I'll know which is for the gilding wax. All right. Oop, that was aggressive. I think I'm gonna pat it off. I don't want it super aggressive, I guess. I guess it is what it is. I really want it in the grooves of these balls and then to be able to kind of wipe it off. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I do think we need a little under Because like I said, I know this is very permanent. So I'm going to, remember all those cardboards you get with things, keep them for your paint stuff. So you don't make a mess like I'm starting to here. I'm definitely going to have gold paint on me. So again, this is not like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm definitely not perfect. I'm just trying to get it. I do want it to go into these balls, the little beads in here. They're so cute. I wasn't planning on going gold. I'm not necessarily usually a gold person in my house, so, but gold goes for Christmas and 4th of July. Like I said, so I will start doing my 4th of July things before Memorial Day weekend, and then I will keep them up all the way through 4th of July. And then, of course, it's just finally getting down. Then you get into fall, so I don't need stars at fall. I just like stars. I don't know. It's kind of my thing. Thank you, Yolanda. I do think this is going to add some to it. Definitely a little dab will do ya. A little dab will do ya on this project with this gold wax. It's kind of like wax on, wax off. Trying to get all the surfaces, and of course I'm going to get my fingers too. Maybe use gloves, I don't know. But I think just plain white background on that was kind of bland. Just my opinion. You can leave it white if you like the white. Sometimes it's nice to just have all white decor, especially as spring is coming in. I'm like, nice to have the white in your decor. Just to have lighter spring colors, just a touch of color, nothing dark. All right. What do you think? It's always a kind of a trick to know where to stop so that you're like, and I just used a cheap brush because I knew that this brush would not be usable again. I didn't want to use a good brush, painting brush. Just used a kind of a cheap one in the wax. I tried it with a cloth. It wasn't my favorite way to do it. I'll just see. Yeah, it's pretty permanent. So you can see like how I got that in there. I did want to take it off a little bit, so, which seems like contrary, right? To like paint it on, paint it off, take it off, but I think it is a fine line between making, and because we did kind of a grungy look, so these could go on the wall. They could, you don't even have to put any holes in. You could set it on the shelf, put it on your mantle, which is where mine probably will go. We'll see. You want to leave, before you set this on your shelves though, make sure that you have that 4-hour window of drying time, because it will turn things gold. I promise you that. Okay. Yep, didn't think through this. My fingers are, I'm gold. Yes, it is similar to Rub and Buff, I guess. I don't know. I haven't used Rub and Buff either, so I had never used gilding wax. Antique wax took me a hot minute to really get used to. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I used antique wax, I almost cried because it was not what I expected. Okay, now to the big one. I want to get it into the balls. I'm noticing that if I wipe off, I don't know if you can see where I wiped off just that little bit there. I kind of want that to show through, so we'll be wiping off on that. But so you got to kind of get into the grooves. Get all the grooves. Because the grooves are what's going to stay, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, Labor Day. Can you do, is it American? Labor Day? I thought Labor Day was like a day off of work. I may be having a, don't judge. I may not. I just know their days off of work. But yeah, I probably would go all the way to my fall decoration in Patriotic from now all the way through. So this way you can put it up, and then the gold will definitely go for Christmas too, right? So I will just go ahead and change the insert out and make it seasonal. Because it's wax, it is a finish too, so. This is, if you need any of the project stuff, just let me know, because I will get you a link of all the stuff I've used on this project. Happy to help. So I wonder how long, sometimes, I don't know, wonder how long it'll take them to get all those pigs in each one offloaded. Because when they're little, when pigs are younger, smaller, they're more mobile. They can, but when they get big and fat, they move a little slower, so they're easier to herd into places. But sometimes the little ones, they can jump fences. They can get rowdy. Funny enough, though, once they get on the truck and moving down the road, they don't move very much. I am leaving a little bit of the white showing through on the sides, because I kind of just want it to, I want it to be solid gold. I want it to look like it's a little bit antique-y, right? Put it so you guys can see it. Doesn't matter to me when I'm doing the sides. With the brush too, it works in the nice little nooks and crannies of the star. It's like, how many sides are there? Lots of sides on this star. How long do you leave Rub and Buff on to let it dry? Do you remember, Rhonda? And this could really, you could update, if you have decor in your house that is, I don't know why I go across the way, does have gold, but it's sort of looking more like an 80s colored gold, and you want to update the gold, this actually will update the gold. I'm thinking about using it on a mirror I'm going to be working on here sometime. I haven't done it yet. I got it all out, got it cleaned. It's a big giant mirror my husband found at Goodwill. And he's like, look at this mirror. It is heavy duty. It's got patterns around it, but it is kind of 90s-ish looking. It's ginormous, like my size. I can barely carry it. So I got it out to clean it up and paint it, and then realized I really didn't have the paint color I wanted. I want to paint it black, and then I want to do I think a white wax on it to highlight it. So this is sort of the same idea with the gilding wax. But the nice thing about it is you can really just use it to dress up your decor items. You know, if something already has the gold, it's a more contemporary color gold, I think. My opinion. If you don't like gold, there's a silver too. So silver would be nice too. I bought gold because I thought, I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking it would go over for Christmas as well as just in general gold, because gold seems to be kind of trendy. All right. I'm going to stick this away. I'm not going to shut that completely just yet because I want to do some rubbing off. Definitely get it off. It dries quick. I don't think it's, I mean, this says to wait 4 hours to buff it, but I am not going to. And I'm going to use a wet. I may be doing this all wrong. I'm helping you all out by making it so you don't have to test pilot things out for yourself. You can just watch me make mistakes and then change your ways. That's I try to provide. think I'm gonna try a piece of paper towel. I got the whole paper towel with me. It is definitely a messy job. Oh yeah, that works better. The dry works better, to be honest. At least to get the effect I'm wanting. Because like I said, I want the gold down in there to be subtle. It is very permanent though. It's not rubbing off whatsoever. But I don't want like solid gold here. It kind of ends up on the front, more solid gold. See that? I don't know if you can see how that is more rubbed off. I want the white to show through. I like the white. I don't know. I may have regrets. If you ever see me do a project, I do sell my finished goods too, so. I can always use sandpaper. I'm living and learning for sure. I'm seeing kind of a white. Live and learn. What do you guys think? Should I have painted it solid? It really got solid on the front because but I kind of I like the white showing through on the beads. So I'm going through trying to rub that off a little bit here. Make sure I get all the sides. Otherwise I'll get it in the house and I'll stare at it and feel like I missed that one side. But this, you know. All right. Let's see if we can do the big one. I just want it to look kind of oldish, not like as sterile. Because those are kind of raised, it is easier to get it off. Maybe like an old t-shirt would work better. I don't know. That would work. It's kind of rough on it. I am losing little pieces of paper towel, but it's working. It's doing what I want. Usually the waxing process, because this is a wax, it's like wax on, wax off, you know. Not that you're taking it off, but you're making it buffed out so that it really just glows and has more highlights in it, gives it dimension. So, and two, that was a weird sentence now that I think about it grammatically. Oh yeah, dry brush. Oh, so you think it's too much gold? I actually was kind of thinking like antique wax on top of this would be like just maybe perfect. I don't know. It's kind of an experiment. I've heard that. Hi, Diana. Good to see you. Just doing a quick craft here. The decor part of it is already finished. So let's show you what that looks like. Because it's white on the inside, I'm kind of thinking it looks nice with the gold, but it might be a little much. So let's see. Question is, do I have antique wax on my, kind of have this one cloth I use for waxing, and antique wax does get messy. So I'm going to start with some clear wax first, so it doesn't get too nasty. This is all an experiment, so bear with me. I know that antique wax can be kind of abrasive, so I don't want to go too far with it. So I put in a little bit of clear wax first before I did the antique. And I think that's just a dark, it'll darken up a little, but not too much. I maybe am the darker colored waxer person. I don't know. I'm just trying to make these balls kind of come out a little bit more. And yes, you could kind of do like, it's very subtle. I'm not doing anything. You could leave that off or whatever. And like I said, silver might be your better choice. I don't know if you could tell it. Can you tell the difference between the two? I do like the white coming out. Ooh. Don't drop antique wax on my good skirt. So what's everybody doing for Mother's Day Sunday? Oops, I forgot to put the clear on first. I want clear too, not all dark. The clear kind of just the clear wax waters it down, and I'm just using the Waverly stuff. There we go. I'm always scared. I have like turned things like in with the antique wax. I turned things not how I appreciated them. Let's just say that. So I'm always a little hesitant to like do the antique wax for that reason. But I do like the darkening that it creates on projects. So sometimes you just have to rub and rub and rub until you get what you want. All right. Just a little bit less shiny, I would say. I'm just going to go around the outside, and I don't know if you can tell, I'm sort of turning that whitish looking outside into a little bit darker look. Any of the white parts. I'm just getting rid of white. No. And you could totally, to make this the easy, quick project. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with thinking, oh, what should I do? But then if I see something and get the exact items to make the project, I'm much more satisfied. That's so like just toning down that white, and just I've kind of got like a mix of clear coat and the dark wax. You don't want to, I don't know, unless you want it really dark, you don't want to put it on super thick. The antique wax. I've gone overboard, I'm not gonna lie. And not like the results, because it kind of turns your whites into like an almond color, the antique wax does. But in this case, with the gold under there, I think it's turning out really nicely. I actually like it. It's toning down the white, so it doesn't look like I accidentally did something. I don't know. I'm overthinking it for sure, but you know, you can do what you want. That's the fun of it. Crafting like helps your brain relax, right? There is no wrong thing. All right, I'm gonna leave it be, put my cloth aside. Oops, not on the curtains, because anything you use with the waxes, it is greasy. So be very careful where you put your brushes. Use the same brush for wax that you always use. Don't change them out. And I'm going to leave the dry one here. Put these two out of my reach. And then, like I said, I've now got a specific one for wax. These gold wax. I would need one for silver wax for sure. Thank you, Linda. The white frame, to me, and you could leave it white, it's totally fine. And maybe the better option would be to paint the background to something, you know, not the white, not the barren white, and just paint it in. I could tell which one goes where, really. All right, we're going to pop these back in carefully so we don't get more dirty everywhere. And it does say it takes 4 hours for this gold to dry, but I love it. It actually is kind of, I mean, you can hardly see the antique wax. It's a little subtle, but for me, that's preferable, I think. Just a little easy, quick and easy. You could totally do this, leave them white or spray paint them before you do the project. I think that would work too. Spray paint them black. I think that would be amazing. I maybe should have done that. And even then you can use it. But there it is. That's our quick and easy project for busy moms today. Make your patriotic decor items. Oops, let's get you up here a little bit. Not that far. All right. So, like I said, let me know if you want the information for how to make this project. Isn't it cute? I just think you can totally do all kinds of things. I'm a little afraid to set this down. That gold is permanent. I have spotches everywhere I've ever put it. So there we go. Let's see, get you down a little bit. Thank you so much for watching, and have a very happy, blessed Mother's Day weekend. You know, say hi to your moms if they are still around, and treat them with kindness and goodness. Bless them greatly. Here, I'll put those in a little bit so you can see. There is a little bit of white detail. I will take pictures and post them. And keep on crafting. Don't let time be the stopper for your crafting fun. It does, just gives you a little relief. And now I'll go back to work and do all the things I'm supposed to be doing while my kids are out. Like I said, I was going to play a little bit today while my kids were out because, Mama needs some time too. Mama needs to do the things that she wants to do. So, thank you so much, Yolanda. Same to you. Be very blessed. Keep on crafting. We'll see you soon.